Welcome back to another video on the Chinese 125cc dirt bike. And you know what I realized? So first of all, this thing goes 50 miles an hour with this very tiny carburetor. You see how tiny that slide is? Is very restrictive. And this is a 19 millimeter carburetor, I believe. In this video, we're going to be swapping a 24 millimeter carburetor. And if everything's restrictive, how are we going to blow it up so we could put a bigger engine? I might just put like another dirt bike, motorcycle engine, bigger one. I've heard a little trick where you could just use the transmission and put a huge engine like this 420 or a 212 and get a bunch more horsepower. I might have a 24 millimeter carburetor laying around. Here it is. So how about we use this? Oh wait, this is a 25 millimeter. Let's go, we're gonna get even more power. 19 millimeter to 25 millimeter. And yeah, let's do it. Gotta be a threaded flange. I don't know if we're gonna fit any nuts on there. Whatever happens, we're gonna make it work, but yeah. Tiny little slide. Much bigger slide. This wasn't actually planned for this video. I didn't expect to have a 25 millimeter carburetor laying around, but it works. Gonna take this little line shortener off. Yep, as you can see, we got the throttle on. I've seen a serious problem. So this is the crankcase breather for if there's oil pressure. It lets it out back into the carburetor. So first of all, this air filter does not fit on this bigger carburetor. And second of all, this hose is cracked. So I'll do that right now. And you need these. I attached a hose down to here, going up to here, making a loop so it's harder for things to get in. Going back under the seat. If you don't have one of those, your engine will gain a lot of pressure right here, and oil will come leaking out of the gaskets, everything. If you don't have that hose going somewhere, stuff will get in your engine. A bunch of oil coming out of here too. I'm also glad I found out this thing was cracked open. Everything that was rubber on this air filter has turned into a hard plastic. So I had to take out the inside out. And then, after, just slide it right on. And we have the carburetor with the air filter. Fuel lines on. You know, I'm wondering, what would I use this carburetor for? Cause I don't really like to underpower my projects. Alright guys, I just bought everything I needed to finish up this project. And yes, I am using nuts. I am not about to spend $50 for a thread tool. I already have thread tools, but they're too small. I have the right size, but the thread length, it's different. We'll make this work. Carburetor bolts on, but I think it might need a little bit of grinding over here, because it'll be fine. There's like a tiny little gap and it's kind of moving around a little bit. Use this carburetor box, some cardboard like this. You can find it on soda can boxes. Just the thinner type cardboard. What the hell is going on with my phone? It's like pressing a bunch of weird things. What the hell? It says system UI isn't responding. Hold on, guys. We got the carburetor bolted on. I gotta hook up this line. Might not change the crankcase breather. It looks fine. Add a hose clamp to a few things on this bike. But the big problem is, since it needs more line, when you twist the throttle, it looks extra hard since it's bent up against the... Probably sometimes gets stuck. I hope it's opening all the way. Much harder to move. You can expect this to be very brittle. Should be able to be started once I pour some gas in here. I don't get this. I guess it should be shortened, but I guess this suction kind of pushes it along to be pushed up around here. Fuel wouldn't get through here, so I'm putting some budget carb cleaner in there. I kind of just started it. It is very in need of a tune. My mom's gonna kill me if I don't come right now, so I'll talk about it in a second. Sealed. Also took off this line with the filter. The filter probably needs a clean gun. And yes, I do have carb cleaner. I was just making something for you guys who don't have carb cleaner. You could put a piece of little wire through your carb jets, a lot of places that get gummed up easily. I'm not sure if it's just running off of carb cleaner, because when I started it, I didn't get it recorded because I have nowhere to set my phone right now, but I will pretty soon in like a few seconds in the video. Maybe if it was just running on the carb cleaner, it was bogging a whole bunch. Like, what the hell was that? Anyways, well, you got an idea of what it was sounding like. Also just kind of touch the throttle a little bit, revs high, so that's good. A little bit, come back out here and I will tune the carburetor. I'll start it up. And yes, guys, I'm gonna do like 10 more seconds of talking. That's why skip ahead exists. Got a few more horsepower. And you already know that JB Weld adds 5 horsepower, so brings us to about like 15 horsepower. Can't really find anywhere to tune it, except for right here. It's not always how they look, though. And I guess it works as a spacer. This isn't even getting hot. You guys didn't see this smoke, but it might have been carb cleaner mist. Trying to modify this over here. Looks like we're gonna need a new nut. I don't know if I can make this work, guys. I don't know if I have the right things to complete it right now. You know, I might make this work. Jeez, hold on a second. Always gotta do this like every minute. Alright, now we're having the width problem on the other screw, so right here it's flat and I made it wider. Well, thinner on the carburetor side. And then guess it might have bent it the other way a little bit, so then it's a little less flat. Alright guys, so yes, I took it for a spin, but I will not be getting the GoPro footage on the helmet until it's fully tuned up and everything, but it runs with the carburetor. I sprayed some carb cleaner, it ran for a while. Took it down the street and it was bogging like crazy. I could do like this much throttle. It was going good though. Like the throttle, it would really, I was still going pretty fast, just like that. Half of this, half throttle on here is full throttle on the old carb. You're gonna see it'll run. Since it's a new carburetor, it needed the injection of the carb cleaner for the gas to suction up in there. The grip goes right back. It's just all I could say. I'm gonna say it again. It needs a tune, which I'm gonna do right now. It seems to be good right now. Like I can kind of control it, but once I let my hand off the throttle and I stop revving it up, it'll turn off, and it might be a problem with the idle screw. I'm not sure. It does not idle at all. Like you can see how it just turns off, doesn't idle. It will not idle and it'll bog at high RPM, so I'm gonna put that clip down a bit. GoPro's dead right now. Get that in a little bit.
Stay back.
It's running, but it always needs me when it's stopped. But that's fine. I don't really need it running while I'm off the bike. And, yeah. In the next clip, it's gonna be on my GoPro. We're probably gonna do some trail riding on this. But I haven't rode it in a while. I think it's pretty much better acceleration. It was kind of surprising, so it's probably much better acceleration. We'll probably do a speed test later in another video, but now it's just installing the carburetor, doing some trail riding, and maybe some jumps. But I think the rest of the crazy stuff will probably be in another video. Let's hope this starts up. I don't want to have to bring carb cleaner on the ride. There we go. God damn it. Hate when that happens. I mean, it's starting up now. It wasn't doing that before, so I've got a 15 to 428 right now. If it focuses like I might be able to do an 18 to be a big speed gain. Stop the bike for a second, see if anything's loose. Dude, what the hell? What the hell? What the hell? What is that, Motorola? This is why you bring tools. 3, 2, 1, go. Turn off. Just directly inject some fuel right into your carburetor. Make sure your throttle's open a little bit. Get it right into the cylinder. I made it a little richer. My brakes! Look at that! Look at this. Look at this piece of crap. Oh, you need a socket? No, I need zip ties. The seller was trying to kill me. If I really need to stop, I mean, I was kind of doing a top speed there. Not really a top speed, but felt something snap. Alright guys, found a nut and a bolt. Let's see if this... Oh, this will fit better. This has been a pretty crazy video. This might be my best long form video so far, but I have much better ones. As you can see, this chopper build 250cc work in progress. And this ATV, it's got a 420 and a CVT. It's got an upgraded carb down there. It's covered by a bunch of stuff. It is now properly installed. I should make like a fuel injection primer for this thing. Like you know those eye drop things where if I could just like drill a hole just unscrew, prime it. We got the rear brakes working better than ever. Because there was like a little bit of, play, because it wasn't really on there since it was just zip tied, it wasn't fully on there. It's a GTR. Dude, this guy has so many cool cars. That house. Not a drag strip. I'm not drag racing anyone, so yeah. Thinking about putting a 150 maybe in here when the engine blows up, but if I'm feeling really crazy at the junkyard that day, I might try to find like a 250. That is sick. I'm gonna make this thing a drag bike one day. Slam it. Where's the fun in that? There's no fun, like, on the road. It's funner in the dirt, so never mind. Just you wait. This is just the beginning of good long form videos. As you saw, the chopper, I got so many other projects, and also over at the other house, we're not done moving. I have other projects also. I said I would durability test this at 1,000 subscribers, or I said like 1,500. So like if I don't have enough watch time in at 1,000 subscribers, but so like you get it, I would make enough money to repair it. But I want this thing to be a like an upgrades bike, like put a bunch of upgrades. I'd rather durability test like a Saran or an e-bike that, like, just because everybody knows dirt bikes are durable. No matter. This guy's a poodle. If you think about it, this crankcase breather, it pushes out a lot of air, so technically forced induction if it's hooked up to the air filter like it was last time. Alright guys, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. Subscribe. I need it. I've been spending lots of money on projects. And, yeah. That's it for this video.